Welcome back to the Fantasy Football TokeNCast. I'm your host Travis, here with Ricky.
Hello.
And I'm back this week. I took a little hiatus because I had to...
Cause you a bitch?
Go to my parents' house.
I'm sorry.
You don't know. For Thanksgiving. But we... I didn't have a very good week this week.
Why? What happened? What happened?
Pretty bad. I got raped by one of the guys in our league. Actually, it was terrible, and I'm sad about it.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, Amr.
Oh,
Calling you out. Me too.
What did Amr do?
Me too. Damn it.
Amr's been doing that.
All right, so
he's that whole season of.
We'll talk about that here in a minute. How did you do this week?
Well, I destroyed Sarah as predicted.
As
obviously.
predicted. I don't know. I don't know if she was even active on the old Facebook last week.
No, I think she left a comment at some point. But at this point, I mean, morale is probably pretty low. Let's be real.
She did kind of get whooped.
My first week, I did okay. I had a little bit higher score than she did, and then once again this past week, and ultimately, it just resulted in her losing. So
right, it's it's kind of the same thing that happened to me, except the other way around. So
what happened?
I got. He scored 241 points and I got 161. So I didn't score over 90 points in either game. So
Amr put about the same that I did then.
Yes. I'm a little bit better than you because he's 0.8 and you're 0.3.
0.5. Travis, a 0.5 difference. Is it still 241?
That's one catch.
241.3.
He's one catch better
it's
than
still
you.
Okay. And
he
all right,
was
well,
one catch better than you.
So you lost to Mr. Amr.
Yeah, I did, and I'm sad about it because I'm not going to go to the championship.
Oh,
not
so close yet so far. It slips away once again.
Yes, it does. For a third time, I had a chance at it, or fourth time out of 5 years, I had a chance at it.
So close yet so far.
Yeah, it was terrible. But
it's okay.
Whatever.
Well, what else happened?
It is what it is.
Over the last couple of weeks, we also had Mr. Keith was playing against Leslie. So what happened there? We had.
Oh yeah, for the number 2 versus 3 spot.
Yeah, and this is a big one.
Yes, it is.
It was close.
It was a good game.
It was close.
The Dicks came through with the win.
Yes,
so he's going on to the championship. It's going to be him versus Amr.
Mr. Latham taking on Amr.
It's going to be a good one. I'm actually going to take on the Booty Scooters for the role of third place, and I hope that I whoop that ass. You know.
We'll see.
But it's probably not going to happen because
pride's on the line.
Yeah, my team's been shitting on me for like 3 weeks now, so
yeah, Cam Newton with the 10 points, that stings, you know? That stings, because he was so good earlier this year.
Yep, especially when he's got 20. Well, I mean, I don't remember. How did they do last week? Who was winning last week? I think it was pretty close last week.
I don't know. Cam Newton's shoulder, I think, has been bothering him, so.
Yeah, they had the backup come in for the Hail Mary after he threw.
And the Panthers lost. They lost a bunch of games, too.
6
close,
in a row?
like really close.
6 in a row.
They had a lot of close ones, but
like they're out of the playoffs now. They lost. Oh no, yeah, they lost to Cleveland. Like,
hey, the Browns aren't bad anymore.
But they lost to Cleveland.
I mean, the Browns aren't bad.
That was Cleveland's 5th win.
Last week they were pretty good, mate.
It's ridiculous.
Okay, so what else? We had Mr. Cody.
All right,
Mr. Cody played Alex, right?
Yes, he did, and he came through with the 200 to 170 victory.
Ja boy!
Got him. Cody goes on to face Ricky in the next.
That's right.
We'll talk about that a little later.
You're going down, bitch.
Though. All right. Next we got. Are we going to you versus
No,
Sarah?
we already talked about that.
Pretty much already
Sarah
talked
lost.
about that. Yeah,
we
Sarah
lost.
lost.
More about it.
He almost got the top spot on the week for points, but he's not. You gotta put him down a peg.
My team showing up. It was alright.
Yeah, mine didn't. It's terrible. And then so we got Aaron versus Brian.
Yeah, Aaron versus Brian.
And Brian came out with the win.
Yes, he did. He put up.
He put up a really good week to come back. He must have been down a bunch because he only beat him by. Well, I guess he did beat him by 20, so they were probably pretty much tied.
I mean, Brian
because he scored 130 this week.
Brian just played Amari Cooper, and that right there, the 44
slash win.
Oh, 44 points in your flex spot always helps.
Yeah, the 0 points from Funchess does not help at all. Not one bit.
Funchess is no longer on their radar.
Especially when if he'd have played Elijah McGuire, he'd have won.
Damn, those last.
That's 15 points right there. All right, and then lastly we have Miranda versus Chris. And Chris coming out with the win. I think that gives him the win on the year too.
Let's be real. In that matchup, there are no winners.
That's true. That's true.
Not this season.
Y'all haven't had a very good season as a pair.
It's okay. Hey,
it's okay. I mean, you can come back next.
Their wedding pictures are really cute, though.
Yeah, they are.
Nice job on the pictures.
Very well done.
Okay, so that was talking about what happened really in round 1, the week 13-14. Let's do.
Made me sad.
Yeah, it was. I know it's brutal. It's brutal. It feels. It's so painful to not be in the playoff mix this year.
Yeah.
But round 2, let's talk about it. Championship weeks.
So let's talk about that championship. All right. We got the African Dicks versus the Lord Gordon and whatever
the disciples.
His disciples. Yeah, so
I mean, do you think Amr is destined to win the championship this year, considering his draft, considering his waiver moves, considering his record, considering he's just destroying everybody? Do you think he's just destined, or is this Keith's final time to shine as he's paraded all the way through the regular season with a good record, good team going into playoffs, won in playoffs, has been in this position so many times over the years, and finally deserves his shot at the championship? Is he going to overtake Amr?
I'm gonna think with my heart here, and I'm gonna go with Keith here, and I'm not basing it on anything except for the line is plus 20, and I always bet against that,
Okay.
When
so
everything's looking one way, I go the other.
So you're saying that Amr is the heavy favorite just in prediction of the points. So Keith threw a home run flex play here with the Jordy Nelson. What do you think about that?
I don't like it at all.
You don't like it?
I don't like it at all.
Did you see what Jordy put up though last week?
I mean, they are playing Cincy, and Cincy's D is terrible.
Well, I mean, he had 10 receptions. You can't argue with 10
receptions. True. I mean,
especially
and he's probably going to be good against Cincy. I mean, he's good.
Jared Cook is the primary target there. It seems Carr loves his Cook, but outside of Cook, it seems like Jordy's like the.
It's true. I mean, he should be. He's getting paid like it as their number one. So, but. The projections are like ridiculously in favor of Amr. I mean, I think I'm gonna go with Keith because I want him to win.
I mean, just look at the simple numbers, okay? Mahomes is obviously going to have a higher projection than any other quarterback.
Oh yeah.
Gurley's going to have a higher projection than any other running back.
Oh yeah.
Aaron Jones has been fantastic lately, especially since they're giving him the volume.
So many touchdowns.
And he's got, and so he's
Philip Lindsay,
Philip Lindsay,
ridiculous.
Obviously at this point,
Josh Gordon's going to put up 0, so that'll be a
Why do you say
spot for him because he's bad.
Has he put up 0 yet?
Yeah.
When?
I'm about to find out if I can click on him.
Motherfucker.
Since he's been on the Patriots, and especially in like the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Not a 0, no.
Exactly.
He's put up a 6.
He had 96 yards for 5 catches. He had 60 yards for 3 catches. He had 70 yards for 5 catches. He had 80 yards for 4 catches. He had 130 yards for 5 catches. You can shush.
I mean, he's bad.
You can shush, dog.
He smokes weed.
He's just bad.
Shush. You shush your mouth.
He does have to play Ian Thomas though, so that sucks.
Why are you mad about that? Ian Thomas also had like 10 receptions. He got tons of targets.
I'm not saying that he didn't do good last week.
I mean, Greg Olsen ain't coming back, dude.
I'm not saying that he is.
I'm
just saying, if I had to pick a weak spot on his team, it would be Ian Thomas.
Well, you would be right about that because
he also has Michael Thomas.
Mr. Latham, look at his tight end situation. What's going on there?
Yeah. I mean, we got Travis Kelce.
He's got the best tight end in the league.
That's the only thing that he's projected to win on is his tight end.
Damn, that's the truth. No, he's got Baltimore defense. Right? Baltimore defense projected to beat Denver defense
versus Tampa Bay.
Exactly, it's Tampa Bay.
All right, so I guess we'll go on.
So you're saying Keith wins, even though all the projections say
Yes.
clearly that Amr wins.
Exactly.
I got something I want to say.
What's that?
What is that, Cody?
I need some inspirational music. Alright. No. Fuck. Some inspirational music. Alright, Auburn. This is nothing against you. I love you. But Keith.
I got something I gotta tell you, Keith. Alright, listen, Keith. It's easy to have faith when everything is working out. When everything isn't working out, it's much harder to have faith when you're facing the challenges in life. But that is exactly what you need to apply your faith, because faith is believing in the unseen. Faith is taking that step. Faith is jumping into the deep end and knowing everything will be okay. Everything worth the prize is worth the fight. Everything worth the prize will require a fight to achieve that prize. If you want that prize, you can't quit at halftime. You can't quit mid-season. You must play the whole game. Preseason, through the cold, through the darkness, through the challenges, the opponents, you will be knocked down. You must get up. You must keep fighting. You must dig deep and discover your true strength. And when you win that real prize, what will that prize be? Character, expansion, you rising to the next level. If I survive the storm, I can undo the norm. To break through the norm, I must first survive the storms. To have more than most, I must do more than most. To believe more than most, learn more than most, sacrifice more than most. Now, say it to yourself, long term, I know what I need will come my way. Long term, I know if I keep at it, I will be rewarded. Long term, I know consistency pays off. Long term, I know all of my actions, all of my discipline, all of my integrity will pay off in the big way. I have faith everything will work out. In the end, all will be fine. If I keep working, if I keep learning, if I continue to evolve, if I continue to adapt. Listen, setbacks aren't always negative. Sometimes they are sent to guide us in a much bigger and better direction. But you can only see that if you show character in those hard times. If you remain open-minded in those hard times. And if you show strength through your struggles. Don't say, why me? Ask, how can I become stronger? What can I learn? In the hard times, we see who really has character. In the hard times, we see what people are really made of. What are you made of, Keith? Tell me, what are you made of? You're made of character, expansion, growth, and pride.
I'm inspired. Like, I want to win now. You're going down, Leslie. You're done.
That's some awesome.
But it had some good nuggets in there.
That was some pure gold.
Yeah.
Like that was some gold. Okay, so who's next?
All right, so I guess we should go to me and Leslie.
Boom!
Me versus Leslie.
What's going down, Travis?
I think she's projected to win by 1 point this week.
Oh, it's gonna be close.
We'll see.
It's gonna be close.
We'll see.
God, she needs Cam to show up like, so badly.
I need David Johnson to show up. I need James White to show up.
At least he's going against the Falcons defense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she's
James
still,
White's
she's
been
still got
rough.
Spencer Ware in there. She better put somebody
if
else.
you had traded me James White earlier in the season when I was trying to get him, you would have saved yourself these last 3 weeks or so when he's been down.
It's 2 weeks. Last 2 weeks.
He's been rough he's been not been as good.
Oh no, he's been.
Yeah, I mean, look.
3 of the last 4 weeks he's been bad.
3, 4 weeks. Yeah, 3 of the last 4 weeks he's been bad. But earlier in the season he was absolutely destroying it.
Right, and so I'm not gonna. I mean, he gets a lot of catches, especially when they're behind, and they've been behind a lot this year. So, I'm definitely not sitting James White. I'm not sitting David Johnson. I'm not sitting Mark Ingram. I'm not sitting Mike Evans.
Damn. So Leslie has Ware currently still in there because
I know that's what I was saying. Like, I think she's gonna need to put either DJ Moore or Allen Robinson in there and put Joe Mixon up to the second running back spot.
Yeah, she's got
and I think she should be okay with that.
Both Allen Robinson
I'm
and
playing,
DJ Moore. That's a fine flex.
I'm playing Galladay in another league grudgingly. I don't really want to. I don't really want to play him.
Yeah, I
really
have Galladay in a couple leagues, and it's I'm not happy about it anywhere because one, terrible matchups. Two,
it's terrible.
It's terrible that he doesn't have Tate and Marvin Jones anymore because it's just bad for him. Everybody's
he has all
on
the
him.
coverage,
and Stafford's been having a really rough year. Man, it's been especially with Carry On out too. You'd think that like when they have that run game, it opens the door a little bit for Galladay, and so he's just been getting bottled up.
So she's projected to win by actually 10 more than me if she puts Allen Robinson in there. So
I mean, she has obviously a strong,
I'm going to bet on
strong
myself
team.
on this one.
I mean, obviously you should bet on yourself,
Yep.
and you have a good team. You really do.
I do have a good team.
You have a good chance of winning it because Rivers has a great matchup at the Chiefs.
Yes.
I think that's awesome.
Yes, he does. And I can't decide who to play between Tyler Boyd and Julian Edelman. I really can't.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I really don't like your Mike Evans play this week. I'm not happy about that play.
I'm not sitting Mike Evans.
I mean, I'm not saying you're gonna sit Mike Evans. I'm
He's
just telling you.
Jameis's favorite target, and I'm not.
Mike Evans hasn't he been a little disappointing as like your best wide receiver, right?
No, I mean I would say no, not at all.
Over the last 6 weeks, you've been disappointed all but 1 or 2 weeks.
The last 6, he has a 27, a 14, and
Oh,
a 10.
you're right.
I'll
He does
take
have a
that.
27. Okay. That's out of the last 6 weeks. The 27 is the one game above 15 points, and
I'll take that.
And he has only those three of the last 6 weeks are double digits.
When you get him in the 2nd/3rd round, I'll take that.
Yeah, I'm not hating on Mike Evans. I like him as a player. I'm just saying
He was
that
the best wide receiver that was there, and he's
had
done his job admirably this year. He's got me to the playoffs.
Listen, dog.
Okay.
You know Cameron Brate is getting touchdowns, right?
And I have him too.
I know you do, and I think that's a great. I think that's a great play against the Ravens.
But I don't think he's going to beat Zach Ertz. So
But the
whatever.
Bucks, also give it to Humphreys. They give it to Godwin.
They do.
Okay?
They spread it around.
Spread
but
it,
still.
so that's my only point.
She's projected on everyone but 3 players to beat me. And
You got Justin Tucker though.
Yes, I do. So realistically, she's probably going to win, but yeah, I'm gonna hope that David Johnson actually does something against Atlanta, because
Honestly,
Atlanta's terrible against pass catching running backs. So I don't understand if they don't throw it to him this game. I don't understand what they're doing. Like they need to get rid of.
You've seen what they've been doing. They've been giving their touchdown runs to not Sony Michel. They've been giving it to the big dude. What's his name?
Devlin.
Devlin.
But that's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about David Johnson.
Oh, you're talking about David Johnson? I'm sorry, you were talking about James White. David Johnson. Ooh, he's been down lately too, huh?
Yeah. He hasn't been bad this year at all.
Just the last 3 weeks he's been a little bit.
But he was the number 2 pick in the draft. I knew going into it that he wasn't going to be what he was in 2016.
And the cards blow.
But because the offense is terrible, and they have a rookie quarterback, and they're not going to be very good this year. I knew he was going to be down, but I stuck by him because I like David Johnson as a player. He's
they're not passing
really
it to
good.
him like they used to, though.
Exactly.
He gets stuffed all the time. They're not passing it to him like they used to.
The problem is they don't do as many screens as they used to do. They used to do a bunch of screens, and David Johnson, that's where he's good. He has the quick twitch ability to get around people, kind of like Barry Sanders, but obviously not the same way.
Like Saquon, he wishes he like Saquon though.
But like Saquon, right? The same thing.
He wishes he's like Saquon.
Nah, yeah. Saquon wouldn't be doing what he was doing if he was on the Cardinals.
Are you telling me that Saquon has a great offensive line and has
He has a very good run blocking offensive line.
Oh
yes.
my God, dude! Saquon's been having to put the team on his back too, just the same way.
Yes, but they are giving him the ball a lot more.
They got
than David
check
Johnson.
down city for sure. But
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. David Johnson doesn't get that stuff. It's all
some games, but it's inconsistent.
Whatever Williams guy or
it's
whatever
inconsistent. He got it some games, but not the last few weeks for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think Leslie's gonna win. I'm sorry, but
of course you do, because you're married to her almost.
Well, almost, yeah. Hey, this month I'm getting married this month.
That's right. That's awesome.
Isn't that crazy?
Is it this month? I thought it was next month.
No, it's New Year's Eve. It's this month.
Oh, New Year's Eve. Okay.
It's it's shit's getting real. I'm excited.
For sure. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah. So we'll see. Thank you.
How nice do I have to dress?
How nice do you have to dress?
Yeah. I need a suit.
It's a formal. Yeah.
You say yeah.
I was saying how I would phrase it. I would phrase it as a black tie for me.
Because like Gandhi and Christina's wedding was like nice, but people were there with just button downs and shit.
I'm sure like at the reception, whatever the hell you like, people will be wearing shirts, and at that point, But yes, for the 12 minutes of the ceremony.
Yeah, this is like the second wedding I'm going to. I was the best man at the first one, so I had to wear a fucking suit.
Here's the thing. Since it's
not best man.
Since it's a New Year's Eve party, it's that's like a formal black tie party. Like cool. a New Year's Eve is like I'm wearing like a very basic, but a tux with a white shirt and a black.
Yeah, I'll just get a tux. I like wearing tuxes.
Yeah,
they are fun.
Yeah, I'm renting one.
Yeah, I need to buy one. Fuck it.
Yeah, but it's like. Yeah, I would rather just buy a suit. Like, if I'm gonna spend the money to buy one, I'd just rather buy a suit that I can probably wear more often than a tux, though. Like, a tux.
You should wear a sign that says "Ready to get married."
Yeah. hey, there will be many eligible bachelorettes. I'm sure we're at a wedding.
I'm down for bachelorettes.
Especially there's there's like a couple hundred. There's like a couple hundred plus people.
They got all horned up.
It'll be New Year's Eve, dude. It'll be people drinking.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Should be a good time.
Anyway, it'll be
next
fun.
up, we're going to talk about Ricky versus Cody.
Cody. Hey, Cody.
Hey, I'm going to destroy him.
Hey, Cody, guess what? Cody.
Yeah?
You're going to lose.
Zeke's going to eat.
We got to...
Zeke is going to eat, but it won't be enough.
Wow, Zeke and Saquon are projected the exact same.
Hey, wow,
19.6.
19.6, yeah. So Zeke is away. He's playing in Indianapolis against the Colts. It does slightly matter because
it matters for
the Cowboys. If you look at the Cowboys at home this season, there's been a noticeable home road split.
Stack.
I'm just saying. Zeke always gets volume, but how effective he is at home, he's been even more amazing than on the road.
Right.
But Barkley gets to play at home. However, they're playing against the Titans, who do have a pretty stout run D. But Barkley's really amazing, man. He gets a lot of checkdowns, and they pass it to him. And Odell was a little banged up.
Yeah, I feel like Barkley's going to get his for sure. He could always bust one of those runs like. Any time in the game,
did you see that last one he did where he busted out on the left side?
Oh yeah, that was a pass.
Dude,
I was still like he was gone.
If I could pay,
nobody was catching.
If I could pay another $20 on the next year draft just so I could make sure I draft Saquon again, I would do it because I really like having Saquon. And honestly, if I could own Saquon and like have a big penalty every year, and I would own him for like the next 5 years.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, that's how I felt about David Johnson.
Well,
that's how I felt about Zeke.
You know.
Yeah, but you were saying that.
That's how everybody who has one of those kind of running backs. That's how you feel.
I don't think everybody does have one of those kind of.
Well, no, I'm saying everybody that does have one of those kind of running backs
feels that way.
That's how you feel.
Yes. Well, I don't know. I'm just saying that like some running backs that are almost at that level or like close to that level that are really still good and you want them, I may be more okay with moving on from.
Yeah, it's true. Like I'm not gonna lie, I want. David Johnson next year. I do.
Oh, really? That's kind of interesting to me to hear you say that.
I would give up my first round pick again for him.
So why after this season's torture are you so sure? Do you think it's going to be like 2016 again?
I mean, you describe it as torture. I describe it as expectations. Okay. What are your expectations going into it?
It did not meet the possible number one.
I drafted
the possible number one overall draft pick in many leagues. It did not meet that expectation.
Mm-mm.
Mostly not because
met my expectation.
Not because of his fault, but because of the fault of his situation. You know.
Well, I'm saying it met my expectation.
Okay, so then
it's all about what you expect from your players. Therefore, what you expect from a player that you already have affects how you draft.
I can tell you,
and that's exactly what happened to me. I expected a little less from.
Well, that's smart of you. A lot of people, I can tell you that a lot of people, maybe even most people, went into this year's draft with the preconceived notion that David Johnson, his name, with 2016 behind him, elevated him to the exact same conversation level as a Le'Veon Bell and a Todd Gurley. He was in that conversation and with a Zeke.
No, he was clearly behind all three of them.
I'm gonna say that Gurley was default the overall number one with Le'Veon maybe on some formats too being in there. However, there was in every format both Zeke and DJ also in that conversation. It would not be weird. I saw drafts where Zeke was taken before DJ. I saw drafts where DJ was taken before Gurley. I saw drafts where Bell.
Well, obviously, but that's people. Okay, so
it's common.
We play in a lot of leagues. Well, what I'm saying is there's a lot of people who vary their drafts. so that they don't get the same people
Okay, that's
every time. Like so. For example, the
can't
people
count
that the people that I listen to on the radio, they play in hundreds
They
of
hedge
those
their
leagues.
bets, yes.
Exactly, they hedge. So they'll go if they get, say, out of 100 leagues, you get 25 of them that are
100 leagues.
oh yeah, they're in.
Wait, are you talking about like best ball leagues?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
That's not like managing a.
But I mean, I'm talking about like they're in like 32 leagues.
okay,
like-
best ball leagues to me aren't.
That's
leagues.
not best ball. They're in 32 real leagues.
32 leagues.
Yes,
on the same.
Each
platform?
one of them. No.
It's across different platforms.
Yeah, that's across all their. All
And
their
not counting best ball or like MFL.
Not
10s
counting
or-
best ball. They have like Mike Dempsey
insane.
Mike Dempsey went like 150 deep this year in best
what?
ball.
Oh, okay.
150
in best ball.
deep
Okay,
in best ball.
honestly, in best ball, I'm not impressed by doing 200 best ball drafts because all it is 5 minutes of your time drafting, and then you never have to look at it again.
it's not 5 minutes. Not
Yes,
for
it
that.
is.
No, you do the
Best
long
ball drafts, I did a bunch of them.
Well, you can do a long draft. You do
can,
it
but-
on draft. You do it on.
There were different
My
types.
Fantasy League.
I mean,
Do
I
you?
did some on MFL 10s.
Oh, okay, okay.
I did probably.
I thought you only did it on draft.
I only probably did 5 to 10 there.
Right.
Because they were like $10 a piece, and I prefer to do. I like to do $1 and stuff.
Right.
But
And he's doing all my fantasy league, like all of the 150. He was doing all my fantasy.
I mean,
league.
does he have? I mean, at what point is it just like a gambling issue?
No, he makes his living doing this.
Best ball drafts, or you mean just
Doing
fantasy?
fantasy,
Okay,
period.
well, fantasy. Yeah, overall, it's a
Like
big enough market.
I mean, he
Not
he is a
best ball drafts,
reporter.
though.
He's a reporter, but he makes most of his
It's a side hustle.
Well, it's more than a side.
All I'm
hustle.
saying
it's
is
a
best ball-
side obsession.
Best ball drafts.
That's what it is.
Best ball drafts were really fun. I enjoyed them.
But-
I would do them again. But let me say this about best ball drafts: it really boils down to whose team in that best ball draft gets the least injured over the course of a season. More so than because you could have the best draft. But if your best draft has 3 major injuries to those players, just randomly,
Yeah,
then
say you have 2
then
injuries and then you have Kareem Hunt.
then you lose to a player who didn't have the best draft but has still an okay draft, and their players are healthy. You know,
Right.
and I will say that it's a you know, that kind of sucks because it's like, yes, fantasy is always at the whims of injury, but in best ball it's even more so of just, you know.
Well, that's why you draft 20 players.
I know. I'm just saying that.
And it's
injuries.
it's true. It sucks. It does. I
don't
have
get a
I have a
chance to
couple
respond.
of best ball leagues where I scored a total, like my highest week is like 80 something points because all of my players are either hurt, injured, or hurt, suspended, or kicked off a team.
Yeah, it's just about like
it's ridiculous.
It's about longevity more than really skill or like even, you know, how good did you draft it. It's about which players are just alive that much longer because it's brutal, man, out there.
That's why they play so many. But what I was saying is
fun,
that
though.
when
It is
people
really
play
fun.
in like 32 leagues, they will vary like. They'll pick Todd Gurley first one draft. They'll pick Le'Veon first one draft. They'll pick Zeke first one draft. They'll pick Antonio Brown 1 overall. Like they don't
DJ.
They'll do that. Yeah, or DJ or actually somebody in an expert draft picked Dalvin Cook first overall.
No way.
No joke. Somebody. I was listening
And that
to it
dude
because
is
it was
crying
on the
himself to
radio.
sleep every night.
Right, right. That was
Because
not.
if you
I don't
drafted
feel like that
Dalvin
was a
Cook
good
this
pick.
year, you're fucking sad about it. Sarah.
He's been doing good the past few
I
years.
remember because I was asking everybody, you know, when I was setting up the new sleeper draft and stuff.
Right.
You know, who's your keeper? Do you have a keeper? No keeper? I'm like, you know, on the keeper list or no keeper list? Where are you? And she was like, really on the fence. You know, some people were very sure, like, oh yeah, definitely keeping this person, or like, oh no, I don't really have anybody. I'm not. You know, and so she was struggling up until the very end. I know with do I keep Dalvin? Do I not keep him? Like.
Yeah.
And then, man, that is just brutal. If you had either Fournette's been a huge bust this year, and Dalvin
That's
Cook.
true.
Dalvin Cook has been like, what a
Fournette
frustrating,
has been terrible.
frustrating situation for you.
But Fournette has been a lot. Well, it's a lot of been injury.
Le'Veon, if you got Le'Veon, I mean, I know Keith was fortunate to get Connor, but imagine if I had thrown $9 at that Connor bid and over him, like that changes his season completely and mine, of course, too. But
if I had put $2 more down, he wouldn't have had the season he did.
I'm just saying that, like having the Connor replacement because Connor's been so good good in that perfect situation, but the Le'Veon draft, man, that could have been a lot more devastating.
It's true, it could. If Connor wasn't as good,
He got that $6 waiver RB1 early in the season, before it all started, which was really, of course, a good decision. But he did like
it's a ridiculous decision,
that little.
Now he gets him next year.
That little moment.
About it.
Oh yeah, did you see Brian's comments about those keepers? He like kind of went through the people in the league and started talking. Did you see this?
Yeah, I saw it.
He made 2 comments about the different people in the league. Cody, did you see that?
What?
Anyway, Brian made a couple awesome comments about stuff that was going on in the league in terms of keepers and who's going to be kept. But I don't want to get too far off. Should we revert back to?
We can talk.
Just 1 second, a little sidebar. Keepers for next year. So we know about the new keeper rules. I made a pretty clear post, and I think I stickied it to the top of the rules for next season keeper wise, because it was like voted on, and I put a lot of polls out, and I try to kind of keep it clear and consistent because it's kind of
if you need to know, just ask on Facebook, and we'll give you a link to it.
I know, because and people want to do things different ways, and there's a lot of conflicting opinions about how things should be done, and so it's really actually kind of tough to get it. However, whatever the best way actually means.
Right.
So I think what we have, we'll try it. It seems to be pretty good. But Brian's comment was pretty cool because he went through.
He thinks that he was basically trying to predict who is going to get kept, and he did a pretty accurate job. I feel like I don't know.
I say we all purposely pick different stuff to spite him.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping Darius Guys because I've kept him the entire year. I don't even remember Guys. So what did he say?
Man, Brian, excellent predictions on a lot of these. I think there were some pretty fair calls. Some of them are obviously a little bit more straightforward than others. Amr has Mahomes, who the number 1 quarterback this season will be kept. That's pretty fair. Brian says he's no question keeping Nick Chubb, and that's pretty fair because Nick Chubb has looked really good.
Nick Chubb has been really good.
The Browns
he gets him in the 8th, I think.
The Browns look better.
So
Baker Mayfield looks great for a rookie. Nick Chubb looks amazing.
Yes,
so
he does.
that's fair. Okay, so Travis, he says, obviously sitting on Darius, Mr. Darius.
Mr. Darius, I get him in the 12th round, and I'll.
Did you see that news today? You didn't?
I didn't.
Oh,
what
this
news?
is live on the air. Travis has not learned the news about Darius Guys today that I read. Not that crazy. You'll be okay. Don't worry. However, there's been a setback in Darius Guys' recovery. Not making this up. This is legit. I read this today. Apparently, his shit got infected in the recovery process. So is he... Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't Guys. That was Alex Smith.
No, it was both of them.
Oh, both of them?
I read it today.
All right, my bad. Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't know what's going on in Washington. I mean, you guys got to get a little more sanitary there, in D.C. there. But
that was bad.
Apparently, something's going on with the healing processes. But
Darius Guys too.
Yes, and so both Alex Smith. That did happen to Smith. You're right. But yes, as of today, I saw that he had a little setback, but hopefully he's okay because he was amazing looking.
Yeah,
he was running. Dude,
that first run that he had.
Yes,
that
dude,
long
like a
one that he got hurt on. that was so ridiculous, man. I was so sad when that happened. I was like, man, I wanted to draft him in the 4th round. That was my 4th round running back. But yeah, then he goes on to predict. Ricky's definitely, or he says Ricky's definitely going to keep Kittle over Sony because he gets the value on Kittle. And I feel like that's based on what.
What do you think about that statement?
What you think about Sony? Because I think Sony is keepable worthy because you got him.
Most definitely.
You got him on the waiver wire, right? Or did you draft him?
No, I drafted Sony. I drafted Sony and I kept him. What off the top of my head, what round?
Like just ballpark.
I don't remember exactly which round it was, but I would say I drafted Sony.
Drafted 64th.
64th overall.
64th, which is what that means.
It's like round 5.
Yeah.
Or 6.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like almost round 6.
Yeah. Thank you, Cody, for that.
So
that's perfect.
If it's round 5, he's gonna get to keep him in the 3rd round. If it's round 6, he's gonna get to keep him in the 4th round. And
I mean, I know that's pretty early.
So it matters. It really does.
I will say though, I'm a Sony Michel lover. I'm a fan.
If it's 4th round, I'm fine with that. If it's,
I got to tell you, I'm a fan of.
But
I'm a fan of the way he runs. If you watch the way he runs, I just mean as a running back. I don't mean anything outside of that specific scope of just.
Yeah, no, I love.
I really just like the way he runs.
Right.
I watch him. I like his vision. I like the way he's got the power, but he's also a little shifty. He can catch a little bit more than he's actually shown this year, I think.
Right.
Or maybe he'll get better at it if he gets more opportunity. But I just think that his only real negative is that his knee situation.
Yeah.
That's scary and shitty
Could
as a
be bad.
fantasy owner. However, he gets obviously volume. Even though he's not producing the last few weeks even, he's still getting 17, 18 touches.
Right, it's
You
true.
know?
I don't know, but when did you draft Kittle?
Oh, so Kittle, Brian was saying, and he was pretty right about this. It's hard to argue with it because
The reason he was saying Kittle over Sony
I drafted
is
Kittle
because,
pretty late, dude.
Right.
Because I drafted Delaney Walker. Delaney Walker was going to be my tight end this year because, let's be real.
Drafted him in like the 7th
I
round.
love Delaney
think.
Walker.
It's true.
I
That's the
think
dude.
it was the 8th or 9th round.
Oh,
I think it was the 9th round
did you draft Delaney in?
that I drafted Delaney Walker because I remember being extremely excited on draft day, and I ran around Keith and Brian's place yelling about it because I thought it was a super steal because Delaney Walker's a top tight end in my mind and a set and forget guy in my mind as a tight end position.
Right.
He's always been good. He was that way previously for me. Even though he's not elite in that way, he's still good enough in my mind for the
For sure,
tight-
yeah. I mean, he's definitely one of the upper half tight ends.
I just
like,
mean
one of the upper.
Yeah, he's Mariota's one of his first reads. He's the favorite target. He gets touchdowns. He gets yardage.
Well, especially this year, if you don't have one of the top 6, 7 tight ends, you are in pain right now.
Oh, it's
with
brutal.
at the tight end
I mean,
spot.
it's always brutal, but yeah, if you don't have one of those top handful of dudes, it's rough.
But yeah, so if you drafted, say you drafted Kittle in the 13th
I
round
think
or
it was.
whatever,
I think I can keep Kittle for like what at the
it'd be
11th?
11th. Yeah,
Which
if you
is,
drafted in the 13th, then it would be the
Yes, because
11th.
I drafted Delaney in the 9th, and then I waited and whatever. But then I wanted, I think this is actually one of my better calls of the year, even though I had a bad season overall. Is that I thought that, look, tight end is brutal. I want to have. A lot of people are really hate on having another tight end on your
Yeah, I don't
wasting
like to
a
do it.
spot. I know a lot of people do, and that's fair. I disagree. I like having. I think it's a position that's fair. Some people have a backup quarterback. Some people have a backup tight end. Some people have neither and only kind of backs and receivers.
It's true.
And I drafted Kittle late.
Yeah, I mean, Kittle has definitely been very good this year. Like, he had a 280 yard, or what is it, 218 yard game or something? Like, no, 210. So he had 210 yards on 8 catches and a touchdown. Yeah, he's pretty good.
And it was bullshit.
He's number 3. Why was it
Man.
bullshit?
He was breaking the record. Did you see that the first half?
First half, he had,
He was going to break the single game record for the tight end position of yards. He was going to have more than anyone ever in tight end.
Yep.
In the first half, he was, I mean, you saw, it was insane. And you know what happened the second half, Travis?
nothing. Zero catches.
How does the number one receiving target that has a groundbreaking historic first half not get even a single reception for 5-10 yards here or there at all at any point in the second half?
Well, they were. I don't
After the
remember
first half, where he was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he. Okay, so they got either ahead or behind. I don't remember if they won or lost, but it was by a bunch. So, well, I guess if they got they would have had to have been ahead. I think they won that week.
Then who did the Niners play?
Denver. I don't remember if they won or not, but I think they. Oh yeah, they did. They were beating them by a lot. They were beating them. It's like 20-3 or something, and Kittle was 5 yards away from the record in the first half. He had 8 receptions for 210 yards in the first half, and he didn't get another reception for 5 yards the entire rest of the game.
How does that happen, Travis?
Well, they can
was
roll
so
coverage.
good.
They can roll coverage to
Tell
him,
me.
and then he's not. They just take him out of the game.
No,
The
did you
defense can take-
watch the first half?
No.
Did you see his run catches at
I
all?
was watching Red Zone.
Okay, let me tell you this. Not all of them are amazing. However, the first half there were 2 particular catches he had. 2 particular catches where, dude, he looked like Gronk. Like he looked like before, like Gronk was a little bit banged up and hobbled. Like he looked straight up like The route was really crisp. The reception was nice. And then the run afterward, after the catch, there was plenty of yards. He was strong, though, like...
Oh, yeah, Kittle's amazing. I like Kittle. I have him in our big money league.
Okay, well, so I do think there's a fair... I do personally think there's a fair argument for Sony Michel, even though some might disagree with that. But, yeah, Kittle for the value...
I would say Kittle.
11th round.
I would take Kittle.
How do you argue with the 11th round? That's like getting a...
Well, you can argue with it for position scarcity reasons, but... That's the only thing that I could come up with because, tight ends are not going to be as bad as they were next year. I guarantee it.
Why do you think that?
Because
how can you possibly guarantee that?
Because it's like the worst that they've been in like years. Like
it's always
years.
bad at tight end, dude.
It's always not great at tight end, but it's always serviceable.
Rank
at least if you
rank the top 5 tight ends next year right now. Your prediction, go.
You got the Ertz.
Ertz at number 1?
Well, no, you go Kelsey, Ertz.
Okay, so Kelsey number 1, then Ertz number 2 for you?
Right.
Okay.
I would go Kittle 3, honestly.
Oh, yes!
I would go Kittle 3.
Woo!
Kills the boy.
Mainly for volume reasons. He gets like ridiculous amount of targets. He gets Adam Thielen targets.
That means that Kelsey and Ertz and Kittle are next season now in the same conversation, they're viewed in the same, those three, it's a trio of tight ends in that elite range.
Well, I would say Gronk is going to be there too.
Okay, so it's a quad.
Yeah, I would say Gronk's going to be there.
If healthy, we'll say if healthy,
right.
Gronk's of course going
to be up there. Yeah, so
I don't think Gronk plays football anymore as soon as Tom Brady says.
I think they're going to hang it up at the same time.
As soon as Tom Brady says, I'm good, I'm calling it. Especially if this season is for whatever reason it's shitty.
Right. It's true.
Something in the playoffs or something happens. Gronk's going to hang it up as soon as Brady does.
Next we got, I would say either...
So you have 4.
You can go either O.J. Howard or Hunter Henry, depending on which quarterback you like, whatever.
So your 5 spot is either going to Henry
that would be the next.
Howard?
That would be the next 2, I would say. Then you got Delaney Walker, as always, obviously there. I like all of those options. And then if Trey Burton lives up to what he was supposed to be next year, like if it just took him a year or whatever to get acclimated, that could be a good thing.
Let me jump in.
Do it.
I really think you're throwing some shade to Eric Ebron right now.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Eric Ebron.
Because this season,
but he's not as good with Jack Doyle in the game.
That's totally true. However, that's not due to
he scores a lot of touchdowns.
He's not as good. It's just
he doesn't get as many targets.
You saw with Jack Doyle in the game, he still got red zone looks. He just didn't get the same yardage as with Jack Doyle in the game.
Eric Ebron is definitely in that mix for sure.
I just mean that, in the situation he's in, we see that tight ends take a while to develop over time, right? It takes him a while. He had some bad drop problems in Detroit. People hated him. And maybe he's finally starting to figure shit out. And
it just needed to change the scenery.
The Colts love to throw it to the tight end. They're like the Eagles.
Andrew Luck.
They're like the Eagles. The Eagles do the same shit. They throw it to the tight end a lot.
Yeah. It's true.
I think that Ebron this season, what is he on the season?
He's top 4 at least, if not top 3. I know Kittle's number 3.
Yeah, Ebron's got to be top 3 or 4. No, well,
actually, he might be 1.
Actually, after this last game, he's probably 4.
Well, I think it goes Kelsey, and then Ertz might be 2.
Instead of speculating, let's just check it out.
I don't remember, but
because I feel like that's actually a good thing to know it. And we can move on. I know we kind of got on a huge tangent.
Yeah, we did go on a pretty big tangent.
I'm sorry. We can cut out any shit that's annoying, I guess, but I'm sorry about that, Cody.
It's going to be a 5-minute episode.
Right. This is going to be a 5-minute episode.
Okay, so I have all tight ends here in our league, half point. As you said, Kelsey's the best, and we have Ertz at number 2. So we who has Kelsey?
Keith has Kelsey.
Keith has Kelsey, and then Leslie has Ertz. Ebron
is number 3.
The number 3 tight end right now on the year. Wow. Isn't that amazing?
Kittle's number 4.
Nobody was calling that. Nobody would have said he was the third tight end on the year.
Not one person.
So I think we got to give him respect.
Even his lover Brian would not have said that he was going to be number 3 on the year.
So, however,
Jared Cook is one that I forgot about.
However, let's be real. Kittle is Kittle is number 4 right after Ebron. So Kittle is still.
Oh yeah,
I mean, with 1 or 2 games left, Kittle very well could overtake that 3rd spot. But we don't know yet if he has another game like that.
Oh, okay. So this is doing it on projections for this week.
Oh wait, this is this week? Oh god damn it.
Just so everybody in the podcasting community knows, he's trying to put one over on you.
I am cheating currently.
He's a cheater.
I mean, Kittle's just sexy. Let's be real.
When he drinks, he cheats.
Wait a minute. What's the?
You have to go over. There should be a total, like, because you're on projections right now. If you go score right there, I don't know how to get it to total points on the year, but so we don't know.
God damn it! This app is terrible. Let's be real.
It's really not bad.
Can we do a sidebar to the sidebar and talk about how bad this app is? Because fuck this.
We're going on another tangent. So
I'm sorry. I played a lot of leagues this year, Travis.
Yeah. No.
Okay, so I have a lot of exposure.
I'm not a fan of ESPN.
Normally, I don't have quite as much exposure as I have this year to various apps, and so I see the strengths and the weaknesses. And I gotta say that ESPN does not give a single fuck about their fantasy anything, because the app is not great at all.
I mean, I like
it's
it
real
for
bad.
the
No, you don't.
The
it's real
setup,
bad.
like its ease of use is good. That's it.
What are you comparing it to? Oh, better than what? When you say it's
better
good,
than Yahoo, for sure.
You think their mobile app is better than Yahoo?
Yes. I do, because
Yahoo.
If Yahoo made it to where there wasn't so many things on the screen, like this is very simple, like I can read.
Okay,
this.
no, I agree with that. There are
there's a lot of stuff.
There are a couple of UI decisions I agree that I would prefer ESPN. However, that doesn't mean that the overall complete app is better.
No.
I gotta say, this
I mean,
app, it feels and functions a lot older and shit than the Yahoo, even though it doesn't.
I really like the CBS app.
Really? I've never used that
I
one.
like the CBS app. I'm a fan
I thought
of
it was
it.
bad. I never knew that.
I like CBS. I like the NFL app. Both of those are kind of similar.
I was going to bring that up because, I heard a lot of shit talking on the NFL app, or on the NFL platform overall. And, I do agree that there are some very valid complaints with the NFL platform, but... their app isn't as bad as people say, and I actually have a couple of things that I like about it. So overall, it's not nearly quite as nice. I think I like the sleeper one a lot, and I wish my favorite one in terms of functionality. If you're only going not on the aesthetics or how nice an app or UI or experience it is, if you're only going on the functionality, Flea Flicker. I have one league on Flea Flicker, and it's by far the best for. If you want to do anything, dude, if you want any crazy settings, if you want decimal scoring for kickers and things that like crazy settings that for defenses or something, you want to do anything, Flea Flicker allows you to do anything. So does
CBS.
I give you props for that. But the app on Flea Flicker is really bad, and the website's really it's straight out of like 1993.
Straight out of Compton.
I mean, ESPN feels like it's out of the late 90s or some shit too.
Yeah, I mean they did a big update on it like it was either last year or the year before. And
I like Sleep.
They said it was going to be. They said it was going to be so much better, and I was like, I mean, y'all changed the logo of it like every few months or whatever, and it does nothing to change the app. Like
they don't add any content. They don't fix anything. They don't.
Can't find.
It's the same as it, dude. Honestly, it's the same shit as it was like not even a couple years ago. It's the same as it was like a long time ago, like 5+ years ago.
It's true.
They don't give a shit about it, dude. Sleeper, they give a shit about it. You can tell. They add things in their updates. There's cool shit they improve.
Well, that's because this is not something that they make a lot of money off of. ESPN, like Sleeper, that's what they do.
Dude, I mean, ESPN's extremely popular for fantasy football. What are you talking about?
No, yeah. I'm not saying...
there's tons
but they don't... I mean, ESPN makes way more money with TV contracts and stuff like that.
TV contracts, yeah.
So they're not going to put as much into their app as somebody who's just focusing on an app, Like
ESPN obviously has a lot more going on than their fantasy football app, which the Sleeper's like primary thing. But that said, ESPN is still a major fantasy football player, and they definitely have a lot of ads, a lot of revenue probably from that shit.
They do. They really do.
Okay, so you want to recoup?
All right, let's recoup.
Do you remember where we were at before our tangents?
I do. We were about to go into you versus Cody.
Oh, shit, Cody!
Y'all are about to throw
You wanna go to
down.
this?
No.
Well, we started, and then we got on a tangent.
Yeah, we were talking about Saquon versus
Okay.
Zeke, and then we
I'm gonna
got
fucking whoop your ass.
we went from Saquon versus Zeke to talking about
God.
Sleeper app and the other
Love
apps. that,
Yeah, that was mostly my
Kittle
bad.
Oh my God.
My bad. That's my bad.
Yeah,
hey, we
that
can
was-
delete some shit, or you can stop listening, whatever. you
Yeah,
want.
yeah. I mean, you don't have to listen to the whole thing.
It's a free country.
You know.
So
It is what
wait,
it
Cody.
is.
In the end, Cody's gonna lose, right?
Well, I mean, in the end, it's projected that way, but I'm a root for Cody. You know.
Whoa,
I gotta-
Travis! Oh, come
I gotta
on,
get
man.
my boys
right.
back.
Come on,
you
I
know?
mean, I know you guys. Yeah,
Gotta get my boys back.
I knew you would go for him. I knew it. I knew
No
you.
one wants you to win.
God damn it! You know, guys, this season's been really hard.
Yeah,
hard
exactly.
on me, okay?
Exactly. So you don't deserve any money.
How's the last 3 seasons gone for you?
I mean, the last 3 seasons have been pretty great. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, it's been a tough year, boys.
Yeah.
Tough year.
Nah, not too bad.
Okay, you guys.
Not too bad.
You
All right.
guys aren't being very comforting.
It's fine. You can lose one. You'll be all right.
You suck it. You suck it big.
All right, Cody, you're gonna fucking lose this week. All right.
All right. So, Cody's gonna win that one. On to the next.
God damn it.
All right, so
Fuck.
we're gonna go to
Glad y'all handled that one really quickly. though.
Brian versus
Alex.
Alex.
Hey,
yes.
I gotta say, I don't think Alex listens to this, but
I don't think Alex listens to this at all.
I don't even. Is Alex actually alive? Does anybody?
he's
I think Alex is alive. He might be a robot. He
Died
might
4
be.
years ago.
Is he? Is he?
He's playing Damian Williams, so he's got to be
I'm
a
not
robot.
gonna lie to you guys. I know Alex doesn't listen to this, so it doesn't matter. But he definitely should have made playoffs, and the fact that he didn't. I mean, I don't know how you don't make playoffs with his receiving situation.
That sucks. I mean, he does have Peyton Barber and Damian Williams as his number 1 and number 2 running backs,
Okay,
so
well,
that's pretty bad.
That
but,
exactly explains it then.
Yeah.
However,
But he did have
I
Kareem Hunt.
no idea how on earth
He did have Kareem Hunt and
oh, he had Kareem Hunt. Okay, that helps. That helps.
and
Hey, I gotta
Kerryon
say,
Johnson,
hey, it's
so.
not his fault that Kareem Hunt did all
is a
those
piece of shit.
He
terrible
had a
things.
hell of a year. Alex had a great year.
He did have a really good year. I mean, he should have made playoffs, and he had an
should've-
opportunity to make playoffs.
That was my only.
And I appreciate you for not putting that player in. I don't remember what week it was, but it would have been
He
an
didn't
easy
put a player
swap.
in?
No, he did. He just got a 0 from 1, and he could have got.
hey, that happens. I
another
had
one,
that
but
too.
we talked about it for a while because I think we talked about it beforehand, and we would have played one over the other, and then he didn't do it, and he lost because of it. And I'm
Damn.
in the playoffs because of it.
Man, Alex was.
I'll take that.
He was so funny during the draft. Man, he's,
Yeah, he was good. I like him. He's a good guy.
dude. He had a good draft. He had a good season. But
Yeah,
honestly, I really
did.
stand by that statement. I think he really should have made playoffs. I don't know how he didn't because he had some really good fucking players.
Thielen, Hopkins, Woods.
Oh my God, Thielen! Every time I forget about it, it's like it's a new thing every time. Every time I read his receivers, Thielen, Hopkins, and Woods, I'm like, holy fuck, dude! If he had hit on Lindsey, or he had hit on Chubb, or he hit on even just one running back,
Yeah,
like,
he still has a lot of fab, I think. I think
Oh,
he's
does
one of
he?
the ones that has a lot of fab.
Okay, well, hey, Alex, I mean, that's fucking up if you have a lot of fab at this point, because you should have spent that shit for your weak spots, your running backs,
It's true.
Okay, so who do you think Brian takes this, or do you think Alex is going to take it?
Brian's projected to win by 2 points, and I feel like
I mean,
he's
that's
got...
pretty close.
I mean... He does have Dante Pettis playing, and
Dude, did you
I know
see how-
I know Dante
Travis
Pettis is good.
Pettis has been really
Don't get
fucking
me
good
wrong, don't
for
get me
multiple
wrong.
weeks.
I know Pettis is going to be good,
He's
but
been that
George Kittle's
favorite.
going to get what he's going to get, and they're playing Seattle's defense. And
Wow.
Seattle has not been that good
Dude,
this
is
year.
Brian going for the double tight end play?
Yeah, Brian is going for the double tight end play with. He's going to play Vancy pants. He's going to go.
He's going for
and
your-
do the Vance dance
He's going
in
for
his
your
Vancy
dude.
pants.
Wow, the
But
if double
if
tight
Melvin
end.
Gordon plays, he could play Melvin Gordon over Dante Pettis, and then I believe that he's going to. The proverbial put an ass whooping on that.
Interesting
'Cause,
to note that since
if he plays Fournette, Chubb, and Gordon, that's going to be. Woo.
yeah, I
That's-
mean,
that hurts.
Melvin Gordon playing or not this week is going to be a huge deal for Brian because I feel like if Melvin Gordon does play, and last time he played, even after being questionable, he got like 2 touchdowns. So,
Right.
if Brian's able to play both Melvin and Fournette and Chubb with Cooper and Pettis and Ebron, I think it's going to be a pretty strong week.
Let me ask you this: would you play what's his name? Josh Allen or
Ooh.
Baker Mayfield
Oh, that's a really
this
tough
week.
one.
This week.
This week? Hold on. So who?
One of them's playing Mayfield's playing Denver and Josh Allen's playing Detroit.
Who's home and who's away?
Cleveland's at Denver and Buffalo's at home.
Okay, so Josh Allen gets to play at home
In the cold.
Against-
Well, I guess they're Detroit, so it's not going to be that
against
big
the
of a deal.
Lions. So Josh Allen gets to play at home against the Lions, and
Baker
Mayfield
Mayfield's
gets to
playing
go on the road and play in
Mile High.
in Denver. Man, my first instinct actually is to take Baker because he's been so consistent, so good. However, I'm really scared about playing in Denver. That's a very scary place.
Especially when it's your first time playing there.
The altitude and
Yeah.
I mean Denver's defense I know has had some weak spots, but their pass rush is still really, really good.
Yeah,
And,
mainly their rush defense is pretty.
I mean, and they're
It hasn't
a
been
playoff
the
wild
best.
card worthy team. And playing at home, that scares me.
Well, you know the reason I asked that question?
Why?
Because Brian has that decision.
Oh,
on his
because he's
team
got Josh
right
Allen?
now.
So Josh Allen,
Josh Allen's actually projected for more points than Baker Mayfield because of his rushing.
yeah. I mean,
And,
Josh Allen the last 3 weeks
3
has
weeks.
rushed more than like every running back except for like 2, I think, or 2
Yeah.
or 3 or something.
Well, he has more rushing yards in a 3-game span than Michael Vick ever had in
Oh
his
my
entire
God!
career.
Josh Allen, because Shady McCoy got concussed. Did you see
did.
him? He got hit. Yeah,
He has more. Okay, so Josh Allen has more rushing yards on the year than Shady McCoy.
Oh my goodness. So, I mean, you see who the RB1 there is for the Bills. It's their quarterback. And so, I mean, especially with Shady.
Yeah, I mean, if he can pass 2 touchdowns and run for 100 yards in a game, that's going to be a ridiculous game for him because of the passing yards.
But Baker
It's just gonna
Mayfield
be
has
like
been
icing on the top.
He's been clinical. Did you see?
Oh
Baker?
yeah, Baker Mayfield's been great.
The last 2
Cleveland is so much better. I'm sorry I cut you off.
No, that last game when he threw those 2 really, really far downfield bombs.
Yeah.
And both of them caught.
Callaway.
Both of them, yes. I mean, stuff like that. Baker doesn't. He's a man. He didn't give a shit.
Right.
He's
He'll
down.
throw
you know?
the ball. He does not
he's
care.
agile too, though. I mean, he's not going to rush as much as Josh Allen, but he's both really clinical in the passing game. But he can run too.
I don't know. I feel like so.
Rookie
I'm
quarterbacks.
gonna put it like this: if Melvin Gordon plays, Brian's gonna whoop the pants off of Alex. But if Melvin Gordon does not play, yeah, I think Alex has got that.
Shirt off of
That's right.
Cody thinks Alex is going to whoop
Yeah,
Brian.
Cody thinks that Alex is gonna win.
Here, so one thing. Brian does have Alshon Jeffrey on the bench, who got 14 points, 50 yards, and a touchdown on 6 receptions last week. Do you think that Alshon is a possible flex for him instead? Instead of the 2 tight ends?
like Alshon, but I had a chance to trade Alshon.
Or Derrick Henry, even, who got historic amount of
He did.
fantasy points last week.
A ridiculous amount, almost 50 by himself,
And he's on the bench.
Brian's bench, and he was on everybody's bench who had him because he was. Well, there was screenshots of people who played him, but
I mean, so you have a Wentz. Wentz is one of his favorite receiving targets after Ertz. And then you also have Derrick Henry, who just put up an historic game, as options outside of your Vance Dance.
it's true, and maybe that'll be. I don't know.
I don't know.
I
And maybe-
feel-
I don't know. Because Alex is playing with those 3 receivers, so I feel like you do want
You
the
do,
highest.
yeah. You kind of well. Yeah, but you want to play the people you think is going to score the most. Period. So I'm sure that's what he has in there.
All right.
So
Well,
next we're going to go to Sarah versus
like Derrick Henry.
Chris.
no,
Derrick Henry.
yeah, it's Sarah and Chris. Womp 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 womp.
That was mean. Okay,
I'm,
so
I'm
we
okay
got
with
the,
it. I have no problem with that. I had a rough start to the year, so I'm enjoying what I can now.
Right.
I'm okay.
Not in the toilet. Sweet.
Yeah, exactly.
let's see.
I worked for it, man. It was rough for a while. I was struggling.
Okay. So
I'm gonna push.
Chris is going to play. I'm assuming he's going to play New York Giants defense, and that'll give him. 108 points, and Sarah has 97. So
yeah, so Chris is projected to win over Sarah here by just a few points. And I gotta say, I'm impressed because I was kind of low. I was personally a little low on Big Ben going into the year.
He's been really good.
He is
year.
like the number
for fantasy.
2 or 3 quarterback or some shit.
Yeah, he's been really good.
That's amazing. That's way better than I.
It's because he's been healthy the entire year. Every year he misses games.
I mean, the Steelers also have a really good receiving option.
Well, obviously, yeah, Juju.
It does help.
Antonio, yeah, for sure.
But to be fair, Sarah has Drew Brees, who's also been amazing.
He has.
On the other side. So
I was actually surprised about that. I thought he was going to be amazing for the first 4 games of the year because Mark Ingram was suspended and he was going to have to do a little more work and he was going to have to throw it to
Kamara got all that
more.
work.
And then
Okay.
I'll be right back.
All right.
5 minutes.
And then, but then when Ingram came back, I just figured it would be over at that point. But
I just noticed that Chris in this current projection has no defense, so the projection is a little off.
No, yeah, that's why I was saying
He has no defense in there. So
if he plays New York, if he plays the Giants on his bench.
Okay, so Chris is actually projected probably another 5-10 points higher. Yeah.
He'd be 108. So he should win this matchup.
Man, Sarah had such a good start to the year.
Right.
You know, really, it's frustrating to have. She had a really good draft this season, I thought, and she was really doing well for a bit. But man, it's really about those. If you hit on 1 or 2 waiver guys, that can really make or break your year.
Yeah, you really need to play the waiver wire if you have the opportunity, which everybody in this league has the opportunity.
She got fucked by Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, she did. I mean, that was her first pick. That was the first pick overall, and that kind of fucked her. So it's like I had the second pick with David Johnson. So,
but if she's more aggressive, like you or me on Lindsay or something, that completely negates that.
It's true.
But
it's true.
And Amr won out on that one.
But
okay, so do you think Sarah's going to beat Chris here?
No, I think Chris has got this one. I think Chris is gonna take it.
Man, I'm looking at
especially over the 2 weeks.
I'm looking at Big Ben, McCaffrey, Tariq Cohen, and Chris Godwin, and with Antonio Brown there, and honestly, even Corey Davis here and there. Like I'm not mad about it.
He's been pretty good. I like Godwin. I like Godwin a lot. I'm playing Godwin.
Yeah, I do think Chris is going to take it.
Yeah.
Even though Sarah does have some good players.
She does. She's had a good year for sure. All right, next up we're gonna go to
the last one.
Oh, it is the last one. Aaron versus Miranda.
Nice. So,
Miranda is trying to. Wait, does anybody have 4 wins? Who has 4 wins?
I think Chris does.
Chris does? Oh, does it record them?
Well, this is regular season.
Right.
So it's over. It stops
Okay.
recording that number there.
So we got no toilet, no problem versus the one who's going to get the toilet.
Aaron versus Miranda.
Yeah, that sucks.
Well, I mean...
Oh, well. Everybody's got... Or somebody's got to get it.
She's still fighting for integrity and dignity at this point.
That's right.
Because she's actually projected to win.
She is projected to win by 5 points.
Wow.
Even though he's got a lot of players who are over hers.
Aaron's had such a crazy year because he was he won a lot of weeks in a row, but then he lost random weeks that he probably wasn't expecting to.
Yeah.
And he had a good draft this year, getting both Julio and Devonta Adams, who have been killing it. I mean, it's just been frustrating for him, I'm sure, because he missed playoffs just like the rest of us, but he was having a really good run for a while.
For a while this year, you did really good this year. And I don't know if you're going to listen to this podcast, but you did. He had
a good draft and he had a good season.
I say if you kept up with it. And I mean, I feel like last year you kind of let it slip a little bit.
He talks to me about football stuff all the time. So
yeah, that's awesome. I like that you're getting into it. That's cool.
But Miranda had a tough season.
Miranda did have a tough season. She lost a lot of close games.
She really
It's been a
I know
heartbreaking one.
Miranda, I understand how you feel because I also had that exact same experience and it was rough.
But I like that she kept up with her team. She's got Jameis, she's got Coleman, she's got Rashard, she's got Juju, Beckham.
I mean, honestly, I think after Alex, arguably, I think Miranda has the next best or arguably best receiving unit. I think her 3 receivers are outside of Alex just as good.
I think she does. I think that's a good assessment. She's got Beckham and Smith-Schuster and Cooks. So
Brandon Cooks, man, with Juju and Odell.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's amazing. Isn't that amazing? Because if you hit on Chubb or Lindsey or you pick up some,
She got Tevin Coleman, but he's supposed to have been better.
I gave her Tevin Coleman, but he's been shitty all year.
Yeah,
and when Shady's been shitty all year, that was a lose-lose trade for everybody. we were trading to trade, I guess.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Well, I mean, she did win technically, I guess, a trade because right after the trade, Freeman got put on IR.
Yeah.
So right after, so that's a win for her because of that happened. But Tevin Coleman, honestly, he hasn't been quite as impressive as you would have hoped.
No, he's been bad the last couple of games.
And Ito's actually been out touching.
Yeah, he got like 4 touches in one game. That was
I
terrible.
know Brian dropped Ito after I traded him to him, but he has been out touching Tevin this last week.
Yes. Alrighty, well that was all of the
That's all the matchups. So we talked about the round 1 of playoffs in 13 and 14, and now we did some predictions for week 15 and 16 for the last bit. So we are going to do, this is not our end game here. We're going to do
one more after
we'll do
after
one
it
and
happens.
talk about what happened for the very end of the fantasy season, who won the championship, who took home the toilet, who kind of got the second, third, fourth, got their money back, didn't get their money back. And yeah, who knows what else we'll talk about. But I appreciate you guys listening all this season.
If y'all want to, we can do a podcast every month. I mean, just so if y'all don't want to pay attention to anything, we can just keep up with the news. If y'all want
off-season news.
Yeah, off-season. That's what I was talking about in the off-season, because I listen to it pretty much year-round. I listen to fantasy sports radio, so I'll know the news.
Yeah, I don't know. Why? Maybe we can adjust the schedule a little bit, but still do something. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I mean, if y'all wanted to come on the podcast and we could just make it a party, that'd be fun too.
That's true. Yeah, I think for our next episode here at the end, Mr. Tuna is going to be jumping back in, and Cody will be joining us. And we'll kind of try to make a little fun show for the final episode. Talk about the championship.
Yeah, we will. And I was thinking about this just now. It just occurred to me. We might do a podcast from the LAN party.
What? Well, LAN party? What do you mean, Travis?
There's going to be a LAN party at some point this month, and it's going to be a good one.
At some point this month.
Tyler is here, and we wanted to have a LAN party, and I've been trying to get Brian, or I've been asking Brian about it a lot.
It's a Christmas tradition, isn't it?
It is. I mean, we do it every December, or we have. I mean,
it's a holiday token ring tradition, I think.
Yeah, I think it should be twice a year, but
to have a LAN party at least once a year or every other year, whatever we can manage, really. But I think everybody loves it every time.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun every single time. It's never dull, and it's awesome to me.
It's just good to come together and get to see people you don't get to see and chat.
Exactly. Like I don't ever get to hang out with Aaron because he's always working, so it's like
everybody's. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean everybody's got
their own things, shit's going on. I know everybody's got off schedules, so it's fun whenever we can come together, play games for a night, and shoot the shit.
Cody too. I mean, Cody works on the weekends and then he's off all week, so it's like
I know it did this whole season.
It sucks.
Off a day though. I mean,
No, for sure. I was just saying, like maybe at some point you could put back on days and come play some games with us.
It is the end of this.
I've already done that. I'm off on Sundays now.
Oh, you're off on Sundays now. Oh, period. Oh, okay.
Or well, as the season comes to a close,
work Thursday, Friday, Saturday now.
What's as the season's dying down? What's like get a game schedule kind of replacement is just as strong a slot there. Get it consistent and regular with like people, anybody that wants to play games.
Yeah, for sure.
In the off season,
that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna.
Or not the off season. I get the fantasy off season.
Yeah. So when it's not football season, we're still gonna be over there on Sundays playing games. As long as they'll have us. I still haven't talked to Brian about it, but we did it last year. We've been playing games over there every Sunday. I guess not every single Sunday, but most Sundays we've been playing games over there for like probably a year and a half now, I would say, because we started at last football season and we played games all through that football season and then all through the year.
Not computer games, board games.
Yeah, board games. I'm sorry. Yeah, we play board games. We play now. We have a Switch. We have a Switch. We're gonna play some
Super Smash Brothers.
Super Smash, right? We've been playing.
You should get Mario Party or Mario Kart.
She's gonna get Mario Party. I think I'm gonna get Mario Kart if she doesn't get it because I like Mario Kart.
Those are so much fun.
Yeah, I like playing the battle mode of Mario Kart. That stuff is so
both of those games, Mario Party and Mario Kart, are like. I mean, I don't know. It's impossible not to have fun playing.
It's me, a Wario.
Okay, so we're gonna touch base again then before the end of the year, yeah. End of the season.
Yeah, we will definitely let y'all know if when the LAN party's going down. We'll probably do it on Facebook, not on the podcast.
Oh, maybe Leslie will make this vanilla bars.
Oh, actually, something that we thought of before the podcast started. Give us your feedback on whether you want video of the podcast.
Well, I mean, they're just gonna say yes if you ask it like that.
Well,
I mean, because why wouldn't they say yes? There's no downside not to. Like,
I mean, maybe they don't want to see my ugly face.
I mean, let's rephrase it. Let's say, how do you watch this, or listen to this, or view this? Or
That's true.
this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do you listen in the car? Do you listen in walking around? Do you listen at work? Would you watch a video? I feel on YouTube if it was a video, or would you rather just listen to it in your ears? Because we were talking about maybe video recording instead of just audio recording. So just any feedback, maybe paste on our group or something, and let us know if you would rather just kind of listen to us chat, or if you maybe want to watch stuff with your eyes. We're kind of open-minded.
Yeah, so we're already gonna do the it'll take a lot longer for the video to upload because it's actually a moving picture, right, Cody?
It's probably more work for Cody.
Yeah, it probably is more work for Cody.
I can do anything.
He can do anything. He says he can do anything.
He is the master.
He is a master
of the computer. But yeah, so that was the episode, and we will have one more for sure. But until next time, form the token ring.
It's just.
This has been a Token Ring production. All music brought to you by Ritchy. You can find his beats at SoundCloud